What's going on, everybody? I hope you're enjoying your Monday morning so far. This is NYG Jeffy T85 here, and I'm going to talk about some of the recent comments that New York Giants running back Saquon Barkley had to say about the current contract negotiations and standoff he has with the Giants organization, and if the team can soon come back to the table and work out a new long-term deal with the New York Giants star running back going into the rest of this offseason. Now, in terms of the situation with Saquon Barkley and the Giants, Barkley recently did an interview when he spoke with Keith Groller of AllentownMorningCall, where Saquon Barkley talked about Giants general manager Joe Schoen and how he spoke out last week about the contract situation. So right now Barkley said, in terms of what the situation is and what he spoke to Keith Groller before, he says, "Where do I stand with the Giants right now? It's like what I said. It's like what someone said the other day. It's still April." That is the one thing that people need to realize when it comes to Saquon Barkley, or even when it comes to Dexter Lawrence. It's only April. There's still plenty of time for the Giants and Saquon Barkley to work out a deal from now until July. That is when the Giants need to find a way to work out a long-term deal with Barkley. That is the deadline of when you could sign a player long-term before he officially has to play on the franchise tag, or he could choose to sit out during the entire season. So that's one situation you got to think about when it comes to Saquon Barkley, is that whole situation with the Giants is right now. There's plenty of time to work out a long-term deal with Saquon Barkley and the New York Giants. Barkley also said, "I haven't had any conversations with Joe too much. So the best way I can handle is to keep working, and whatever happens, happens. There are things I can't really control right now. All I can control is how I will wake up every morning and stay with my goals and my passion." It's a very good way of Barkley to put it together. I agree with what he said. You can't get crazy about this whole situation and pretty much say and believe, "Well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. The Giants need to get back to..." There's nothing you can do right now about this current situation. All Barkley needs to do is continue to just play out the process and see if eventually the Giants will eventually get back to the table with Barkley as well as Barkley, and they can maybe try to work out a long-term deal between both parties, and then it'll make both parties very happy towards the end. That's the hope is that they can do right now. Barkley went on to say, "Even though I may not be with the team right now and not in the building, I don't think anyone with the Giants is concerned about my work ethic, and my teammates aren't worried about how I'm preparing." Of course they wouldn't worry, but everybody knows the type of person that Saquon Barkley is. Everybody knows the type of player Saquon Barkley is and how he goes out there and how he prepares in terms of his work ethic and the way he plays and the way he gets himself ready for these big matchups in the NFL for the New York Giants. So at this point, Barkley's going to be going into his 6th season in the NFL. Nobody should be worrying about Saquon Barkley and his overall ability. They should know what you're going to be getting from Saquon Barkley at this point. The work ethic he's going to put out there, the type of player he's going to be. So right now, there's not anything to work out in terms of Saquon Barkley and his deal. So, I mean, there's not really a rush at this moment. Obviously, the Giants right now, they're more focused on trying to work out what they're going to be doing with the NFL draft, because we're only 3 days away from the beginning of the NFL draft. So you know the Giants are going to be more focused on what they need to do necessarily to fix up and get ready for that NFL draft going forward. So at this moment, Giants fans just need to watch, Giants fans need to be patient. Obviously, we're going to wait until the process plays out. Saquon Barkley and Joe Schoen, they're going to be doing the same thing. There is no need right now to get panicked or worry about this team rushing. Same thing when it comes to Dexter Lawrence's extension and, of course, something for Leonard Williams. Right now, the Giants are just concentrating on the NFL draft, and we're going to find out what this team is going to do on the NFL draft starting on Thursday, and then obviously on Friday and of course Saturday, and that's including when the Giants get to sign some undrafted free agents and continue to go and reshape their roster, because we're going to have a better idea where this Giants team is going to be a week from today, where it's going to be a bunch of draft picks, some undrafted free agents, and obviously a lot of roster maneuvering from now until then as we get his team up to 90 players going forward. So we're going to have to wait and see what the Giants are going to do, but just want to talk about that real quickly about the Giants and where they stand right now, and Saquon Barkley, where he stands in terms of contract negotiations with the New York Giants going forward. So if you guys like this video, please hit the like button below. Give a sub to NYGJeffyT85. More news, updates, and chatter surrounding the New York Giants. Turn on the bell for notifications on the next video or short dropping on the channel surrounding the New York Giants. And you guys let me know in the comment section what you think about the whole situation and the comments made by Saquon Barkley to some of the media talking about the situation and where he stands with the New York Giants. And if you have any true concern about Saquon Barkley and his potential work ethic, and if he could eventually work his way back to the table along with the New York Giants and see if they can come together on some type of contract negotiations and some type of deal with the Giants and Barkley that will be able to give both sides exactly what they want going forward into the rest of this offseason. And of course, as we get closer to training camp and preseason, obviously the beginning of the 2023 NFL regular season. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Monday. Take it easy, and let's go New York Football Giants. As always, together blue, everyone.